going back to your point, you're from Congo. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah. I'm going to show you that what's the word? The disasters that are happening in Congo in the Bible. And it's all because of one reason, because we failed to follow God's law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. So next page, sorry.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
so if we don't listen to what the Lord is telling us to do, something's going to happen to us. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So if we don't listen to God's commandments,
that all these curses shall come upon thee.
So question, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
A bad thing.
A bad thing. So the Lord is saying, again, just to reiterate, if we don't follow God's laws, statutes, and commandments, curses are going to happen to us.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So, cursed shalt thou be in the city. We've been touring Belgium for the last 2 days, and we've gone to museums that show the craziness that King Leopold did to our people. So you know about the cutting of the hands. So what was the museum called again that we went to? The African Museum, and the one that was the day before. They had the museum decorated with the hands of the Congolese slaves, obviously as a representation, not the actual hands, but it was decorated. So it shows they throw what they did to us back into our faces. So again, cursing the city. Our people are always in the lowest places or wherever we are. We're the strongest people in the world, smartest, but we're always at the bottom. Why is that? Because we forsook God's law, statutes, and commandments. Go to verse 33.
Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
So it says the fruit of our land going into our natural resources. In Congo, the so-called white man is just taking all of their resources and using it for their own pleasure, for things like technology and so forth and so on. Do you get what I'm saying? But again, this is in the Bible. Meaning what? The Bible is a true book. And this book was only written to who? The children of Israel. Quickly go to Deuteronomy 1 verse 1 for me, please. This Bible was only written for the children of Israel. That's you, me, him, all of us here. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto all who?
All Israel.
So this Bible was only for Israel. You won't find the word Congo, the name Congo, in this Bible. Why is that? Same way you won't find Nigeria, you won't find Ghana, you won't find, what's another country? Jamaica. All this, it's not in this Bible at all. You only see Israel, 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 Israel. Meaning what? You say you're a Christian, so you're supposed to see yourself in this Bible. So if you're not an Israelite, where do you see yourself?
I don't really agree with everything that you've said right now.
Which part don't you disagree with? Which part do you disagree with?
I don't feel, because you say that whatever is the few verses that we've listened to right now, they talk about Congo in specific way. I don't think so.
It's not just Congo. This happened to all of our people. Happened in Nigeria, Ghana, all these other places.
I'm not the kind of person who's gonna interpret the Bible like this. I don't feel like. I think it's a bad habit to link a spiritual thing, Bible, with historical and geographical aspects. I feel like we should consider different things and not dive too deep in the spirituality when we handling topics such as politics and historical events.
But the Bible is a history book.
Yeah, it is.
So if I'm not linking it, what else do I link it with?
No, it's spirituality. So I think as an individual, you should consider the word of the Bible to guide you through life, to becoming a better person, definitely. But I don't think you should, how could I say, always trying to find a correlation with what you're seeing, with events such like slavery. You shouldn't link it as we are the people suffering. That's not us, you know, because the Bible is not addressing to one specific group of person. It's universal. It's open to everyone.
So one thing I want to quickly, before correct what you said that we shouldn't link it. So if we can't link it, how do we relate to it?
No, I say you should link it to yourself.
So how would I relate to it if I can't link it to myself?
No, I link it to myself as a person, you know, looking forward to the future, you know, but you shouldn't try to link it with the past, such as that far back, you know, because I don't feel like politics such like colonialism, slavery, I think it's a very dangerous game to link it with the Bible.
Go to Romans 15 and verse 4. So I'm going to show you how we're supposed to use this Bible for our lives, sir. Read that for me, please. Romans 15 and verse 4. Because we're supposed to use this we're supposed to use this to walk in our lives, how we conduct ourselves, yeah?
Yeah.
Book of Romans chapter 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
All the things that were written in this Bible was written for our learning, for us to learn from. So we see the mistakes of our forefathers and our foremothers, and we're supposed to not follow their mistakes. We're supposed to walk properly according to the Bible.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Might have hope. So us learning from the mistakes of our forefathers, we're going to correct their mistakes, and we're going to live properly according to the Most High with his laws, statutes, and commandments. Now, one more thing, Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. I'm going to show you that slavery is in the Bible. I'm going to show you, yeah? Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, which is there.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Do you know what Egypt means? What does Egypt mean?
Egypt, the country.
What does it mean, yeah?
Egypt, what do you mean? What does it mean?
What does the word Egypt mean?
I mean, no, okay, then, I mean, for me, I mean, I thought you were just talking about the country.
No, okay. Exodus 20 verse 2.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage, means bondage. Meaning what? What's another word for bondage? Slavery. So, go back to Deuteronomy 28 verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Into slavery again.
with ships.
With ships. When did that happen?
It's happened forever. I don't know if you know about the history of slavery in the world, but it is not something that's only happened to black people. You know?
Can you read it?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So who was the only people that went into slavery with ships and got sold into our enemies?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Talking about slavery, in the history of slavery, it happens since ancient times, and there was no race involved in that.
But remember, when we went to Deuteronomy 1 verse 1, who was this book written to?
Sorry?
When we went to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1, who was this book written to?
People from Israeli.
So who's that talking about?
People from Israeli, but it's historical thing again. So
what does that mean?
So that means that this book relates to. No, can I just finish my point? Yeah, it means that this book relates to the historical context in which it was written, right? So how does it relate to us as Congolese people? You know what I mean? It relates to the historical context. It relates to the fact that Israeli people, they were under the slavery of of the Egyptian and so on. But during at the same time, that's what I'm saying. If this book had been written in another part of the world, then it would relate to any other race. So you shouldn't link it to the Israeli people and take it as an universal language.
Okay, read it.
Daniel chapter 9 verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed.
Or who?
All Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
The what?
The curse is poured upon us.
Who's the us?
Who's the us is the people the Christians, the people that read the Bible.
Read it from the top again.
Yea, all Israel
Or who?
Israel.
have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
The curse. So what do you mean? So we just read Deuteronomy 28, 50. All these curses are going to come on a certain people. The book of Deuteronomy was written to Israel. Yeah. So who's this talking about?
Israel again.
Exactly.
So how is it us? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's how we read the curses to match who it was for. Yeah, go back to verse Deuteronomy 28, verse 46.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
What's the sign?
Sorry, I wasn't following.
Read that again for me.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So what is a sign?
I don't know what you mean by a sign.
So a sign, like, if that says, and that indicates what that specific thing is. So again, the curses in Deuteronomy 28 from 15 downwards are a sign for us to know in these last days who we are according to the Bible. Hence why I've been saying Israel, 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 because this book is only for Israel. The curses were put upon Israel. You understand? You're following me? So again, these curses are a sign for us to know who we are because we've been scattered. Verse 64. I think it's right there.
60.
28. Oh, verse 64, yeah.
Yep. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one
The Lord's going to scatter us among all people.
from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
How do we get scattered?
How do we get scattered? I assume that right now when you say how do we got, how did we? You are referring to black people, right?
Yes, the Israelites. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and
But then it's back to my point where I don't agree with you because you asked me how did we get scattered?
How-
You're talking about history.
How can you say you're from Congo, I'm from Nigeria, but we're the same people? How did that happen?
I know. How did we get scattered to slavery and colonialism?
Exactly.
Again, that's my point. It's not. You're just linking the historical fight that happened 2,000 ago to us, and I feel like for me personally, I feel like it's a dangerous correlation because it's spread people and it feels like it makes you feel that, for example, some white people that are from
Matthew 5:17.
descendant of colons. Do we say that in English? People that were that did colonialism. I don't know how to say it. Colonizers, yes. So people that descend from colonizer, they're not included to the Bible, and I just feel it's a dangerous game to link like this a group of person and make them feel like, oh, the Bible's only for you. We are the people that are addressed, but that's not true. For me, it's a universal language, and it should be interpreted as that. You know.
So last scripture I got for you, yeah. Matthew 5:17.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophet.
Oh, not Matthew 5:17. Matthew 15:24. Sorry.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 15 verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
What does that mean?
I have to read it because I don't understand.
Again?
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Can you interpret it for me?
So it says, this is Christ. You know that's Christ because it's written in red. It says, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Christ is saying he was only sent to come for the Israelites. He only died for the Israelites.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You following me now?
I am.
So you saying that the so-called white man cannot relate to this is because it's not for them to relate to. They're not from the seed of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? This Bible is only for the Israelites.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.